Alrighty. The show has begun. Welcome to what almost was delayed episode of the ADLR Podcast. And I forgot to mute my phone. Perfect timing.
It's pretty good.
Yep. What makes it most frustrating is because like near the end of my shift today, I decided to go out. So I had to let my lead know, hey, Comcast made a poopy. So I have to make up the hours throughout the week sometime. And I thought it was
how many
good.
hours?
That was only like barely an hour, like 40 minutes
Mm.
before my shift was gonna end. So I'm not too bothered by it. But then I saw that it was like, oh, 7-11 is when we estimate it'll come back. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go and work out and use my LTE in the meantime, like go through Twitter and stuff. Didn't have access to anything. Then around 6, or I guess whenever I sent that message of the updated status of the internet outage, I'm like, what the fuck, 4 a.m.? I'm like, damn, that sucks.
I didn't even read it when you sent it at the time. I was like, oh, it's out.
At first, I'm like, is he joking? But just in case, I'm like, I'm not gonna wake up at 4, right? Like, I'm not doing that. I mean, I don't got that kind of time. But anyway, I don't know if Randall really wanted this to be public or not, but happy birthday. It is currently your birthday as of recording. How many,
It's just another day.
oh shit. You've been here, done that? Done with birthdays?
No, that's not what I'm saying, but
Okay.
it is just another day.
Gotcha. All right. You have any birthday wishes? Obviously, don't tell me. It's a yes or no question. Because if you tell me, it's not going to come true.
Those are the rules.
Those are the rules. As a little kid, I was told that. So I stick to, I keep to that.
Okay.
Did you make any birthday wishes?
I don't know if it was a birthday. It's not necessarily a birthday wish, but it's a wish nonetheless.
Okay. And then let's hope it happens. You did it on a birthday, so it's a birthday wish.
No, this is something that I've been wishing for a while. Not necessarily a wishing. It's something that I'm working to manifest. It just requires cooperation on someone else's part.
You mean cooperation? Collaboration?
Cooperation.
Oh, okay.
Meaning like they have to be on the same page in order for this to work.
Got it. Is it like exclusive content?
No, this is a relation, a hopeful, very hopeful, reaching for the stars type of relationship.
Nice.
Hoping to manifest with a certain someone, but this certain someone doesn't even know I exist on this planet.
Well, Godspeed with that endeavor, right? That's quite the journey you're gonna embark on.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like Lightyear, heading off into space, getting into all kinds of crazy shit.
Is that soon?
Isn't it this summer? Or
I don't know anything.
Okay, well, let me go look up. Look up. I'm just gonna go outside and look up into the scars.
This is crazy.
It's this fucking internet outage just fucked me up, man. What am I looking up? Lightyear. It says June, so yeah, it's this year.
Okay.
Taika Waititi's in it. Let's go. James Brolin is in it.
Is he actually related to him?
Yes. He has 128 known credits. This man's been doing stuff, man.
Beat a lot of games.
Yeah. He's the father of actor Josh Brolin and husband of singer/actress Barbra Streisand.
Okay.
This guy fucks, bro.
Does he look like him?
Now, he looks like he fucks.
Oh, okay.
Like,
obviously.
Yeah, like
Beat
he looks
that
like
many games.
Yeah, if he beat 128 games already, like he fucks. Anywho, What do we have? Oh, speaking of games, my Steam Deck arrived Saturday.
Show it.
Oh, thank God it's in the fucking.
Do y'all remember that in high school? I don't know, maybe if it's a northern thing or not, but not just high school, but in school period where like if something new came out and you said you had it, you always had to prove that you had it by bringing it to school.
Yeah, like bring it in, which
Yeah.
is short for "Come on, let me steal it." Right? Get the fuck out of here! I'm not gonna show you shit. I'll tell you I got it, and if you don't believe me, fine. That's your fucking loss. Bam.
Put your hand under it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
I'm
hold on a
talking
second.
about.
This.
That's what I'm talking about.
I've only, again, I got it Saturday. Haven't had a lot of time to play around with it. Initial thoughts on it, holding it, it's fucking heavy for what it is.
You bench it?
Yeah, I was benching it today for chest day.
That's pretty good.
I do not like, maybe again, small hands. I do not like the placement of the controls.
Oh no.
It is thick, so it's not like the Switch where I get cramps. It's very comfortable to hold. It's just I have to slide. It feels like it's too far down in terms of in my hand. But I mean, seeing as that it's a PC, pretty much a PC, I could just hook up my any controller, right? If it ever becomes an issue. I didn't get to test that many games on it yet. I ran World War Z. It ran it. Nobody Saves the World. It ran it. I think that's it. I installed Apex. Haven't ran it yet. We'll see how that goes on there. But I'll have more on it by next episode. Because I'll have like a full week with it. That's about it for now. That's all I'm going to talk about it. But it's here. Papa's doing some
Game of the
research.
year?
No, we don't know. I don't know about Game of the Year, but that's that. The Comcast pooping, we already talked about that. I don't even know. We saw Barry. I saw the first 2 episodes of Better Call Saul as well.
Fuck, that's right.
So today's episode 3 is gonna air as of this recording. Well, I guess by Friday it's already aired. So
Did they say how many episodes?
no, but I mean I can look it up to see what's, what we know already.
You think I should angle my camera down a bit? You think it's fine as is?
Angle it down
Like do this.
if it's above you, but if it's not above you, then I wouldn't.
Okay, I'm just throwing ideas out.
Or zoom out. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I can't do that.
Oh,
This lens is for snipers.
I see. It says 13 episodes, Brian. So we still got quite the amount. But the first 2 episodes were definitely the tone is set for the rest of the season.
Okay.
People are on the run. People are mad at other people. So, for what happened at the end of season 5. So it's good. So far, so good. Good starter. I'm excited. But we'll talk about that when it's over. We did get to finish though. Peaky Blinders. I saw the first episode last Monday, and then like yesterday night I binged the rest of it. Where do I start with this? It was good to see everyone back. It's been a while since we've seen it.
Not necessarily everybody. Rest in peace, actress who played Aunt Polly.
Let me go ahead and get the actual name right.
Meredith something.
Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Helen McCrory. McCrory.
I'm awful.
Yeah. She passed away before they started filming, I think. So they had to handle her death in the show as well. They wrote it in a way that actually made sense due to the events of last season, with a failed assassination attempt. This first episode comes with, hey, I think it was the IRA lady called them and is like, hey, you guys, we did that to you. We sent you the bodies. And then, of course, the first 2 bodies we see is the people that we saw die on screen. And then the last body was supposed to be Polly. What was I gonna say? I thought they handled her. They wrote it in a very tasteful way, even with like
Mm-hmm.
even with the what is it, the gypsy tribute afterwards. That was great. And this season, it was very much that. There was a lot of like gypsy things has to do like with his daughter and curses and things, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? So that was something that came out of like left field for me. Not that the show's never uh
Shown gypsies.
shown gypsy stuff, but this one that was like a hard kneel into. Did it pay off though? I think so, but not in a. It paid off, but not in a. Ooh, okay, that felt good. Like that loop around was great, right? It was just like, oh, I see something else to keep him from doing what he's been trying to do at the end of every season, right? Which sort of made sense, but uh, this I think it's supposed to be the last season, but the way they ended it was very like this is the end of this. I mean, spoilers. The end of Thomas Shelby's story, but also like earlier episodes, they seemed like they were setting up for the next generation of blinders, right? Or Peaky Blinders,
Yeah.
with like Isaiah like doing more things, recruiting more people. Uh, him leaving it tell like the was Ada doing more politician stuff or like
Ada.
Yeah, Ada. I don't know. It felt like an ending, but not for the show, right?
Uh, I felt very meh about. And it's not meh. It was a very sloppy fucking pass. The way the ending ended up happening.
Right? Like I feel like the way they ended it was like they ended it like the same way an earlier season would, right? Like there's still more to happen, and I'm like, that's weird. Which
It's
maybe the
because
new
apparently they signed off with They confirmed a movie. So remember before it was like 7 seasons in a movie, and then after that like not just a 6th season, but apparently a movie's coming to wrap it up.
Oh, okay. So that explains it then. Because I mean, he still has an enemy now. By the end of this season, you're like, we need to go get someone, right? So I'm like, okay.
I liked that part, but then after that, I was like, it was things that happened, but promised beforehand in the same episode. I was like, okay, well, it's gonna end this way. That's how he said. That part, when that didn't happen, like, oh, okay, well, but this is cool though. And then what follows, and then nothing happens, and then the next part, and I'm like, commit to one. You know
I gotta
what I
be
mean?
honest. Let me just put up a spoiler warning because I didn't follow a fucking thing Brian just said. Right.
Okay,
So
so I can
spoiler warning:
speak
if you did
freely.
not hold on, if you did not watch season 6 of Peaky Blinders, the fuck's wrong with you? Second, go watch it. Third, don't ever miss watching the second season, a 6th season, before watching this episode. Third, I think a third again. Who cares? Brian, go ahead.
So this show, at least a few of the episodes, allude to, hey, Tommy's sick. He
Yep.
doesn't have much time. Deeds happen, and he's like, "This is my one more mission, and I'm out."
Literally. Like.
And then I'm out, literally. Yeah. The way he plans on going out, things happen the way he wants, and then he goes and he's about to do what he said.
Right. He's about
And
to kill
then
himself
someone intervenes.
because the
And
gypsy stuff, which is
because
like
the gypsy stuff that they did the whole season, it pays off for this specific
for this.
scene. It's like the spirit that shows up. It's like hey, don't do that. Go warm up first.
Yeah, go check the bonfire real quick.
Then he's like, oh, I'll go warm up, and he picks up a paper and then twist.
Yeah, puts like 6
And when
things
that
together in one go.
When that happened, I'm like, yeah, it's not what he said he was gonna do, but that's a great twist. So
Yeah,
he
like,
acts upon the said twist that he finds, and once he does act upon it, then he doesn't act upon it after being able to finish off like closure for something. And
you don't have to stay vague. He was gonna kill the person who set him up, or one
Yeah.
who assisted in the setup,
he got conned, and the person who
helped con him.
Yeah, the carrier of the said plan, he had him literally at gunpoint, and then he decides not to now, and then all his stuff gets burned by some random guy, and then he just gets on a horse and rides off.
Yeah, that the part where it's like on fire and the guy's running down, that made me laugh. It's the way he ran down the hill. I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is that?
I was like, why is he running like that? And then Tommy shows up and like, but he has a gun in his hand. Why didn't you just shoot him?
Yeah, that's
I don't
funny.
know. The ending was sloppy to me. Everything leading up to it, to an extent, I was like, this is nice. The part before he decides to kill himself went a little too happy-go-lucky. Everything went too right for me.
Same. Like I knew that he was expecting something with the exchange with Michael, and I'm like, okay, he'll prepare for that. And then the way they prepared for like Arthur's part, even though that was a cool action sequence,
I like that scene, yeah.
With Jeremiah coming through the smoke with a thing with the Tommy, I'm like, that's hard. That right there is, yeah. That was just shot really well, and I'm like, damn, that's badass. Yeah, that all went too clean for me too. I thought Arthur was gonna go there, especially when he got shot, when he got hit. I thought it was like I thought it was a fatal hit.
Fatal.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
I like that there was a fuck up. I just didn't like that it didn't matter.
Yeah. Like
I thought we were gonna lose Charlie or someone.
Yeah, like even the uncle too. Yeah.
Gonna die.
Yeah.
And how suspenseful that whole scene was. I'm like, this is good. This is good. Oh. All right.
Yeah, the plot armor was heavy there, and I'm like, okay, well, it was weird.
His scene when he finds out about said illness, that scene.
That was really good. Yeah.
Because of fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck you and your fucking contacts. And then when he tried to like wrestle him, I bet that was improv because the camera just stood there. There was no cut or anything. It was just them trying. Stop it. Oh man, it was really good.
That whole sequence, everything, like the second to last episode, that all that leading up to it.
Yeah.
I was like, and then if it was like whatever.
Maybe that might have been the issue. I didn't know that they were doing a movie. I thought this was it. So
they had planned before 7 seasons and then the movie, but it seems like maybe that's why it was kind of sloppy. Is because wait, I cut a season and then make it into a movie.
So we'll see how that ends up. I thought this was it. So having that credits come up after he rode away, I'm like, okay, this is an ending. Like he's and shout out to fucking Tom Hardy. Oh my god, him playing Solomon's is always entertaining.
The way that he's like, when he goes to their house and the introduction into Alpha, I'm like, this is beautiful.
Yeah, and
it's I don't know if everything that he said was scripted or not, because you see Tommy like actually just start like he's trying not to laugh, but you see him smiling
because he's having such a good fucking time with it. Yeah, so shout out Tom Hardy. He killed it in this entire show. Same with Killian. Same with everyone in the cast, man. It's just great performances all around. Even the new guys. Jack, him with the Boston accent.
Remember when I told you there's a new character that they introduced? You're gonna love him.
Yep.
Was that right?
Yeah. No, I didn't like. I thought it was gonna be somebody else. Like I saw him, and I'm like, okay, I like the Boston accent. It's funny, but then he just became like a prick. So I'm like, I really don't like this guy. Like
did you like the ball scene?
The what scene?
The ball scene.
Oh yeah, that made me laugh. Because that was the most aggressive way to turn someone. Like, who says no there? With fucking wire over your cock. Huh?
I didn't expect it to be him. When I saw the first time, like, who the fuck is that? Did they find out? And then...
Yeah.
His accent's really good. He's not who I thought... He's not how I thought Jack would look. But the longer he was on camera, the more it grew on him. Like, no, he's doing this pretty well.
No, his acting, I was not doubting. When he met him in the church, I'm like, no, this guy's... Yeah, he sounds like it. He's moving like... a top dog. It was cool. Who else? I mean, yeah. The whole feud with Michael and Tommy, I didn't care for.
I knew once they set it up like that, I'm like,
so he's dying.
I don't respect Michael at all.
Yeah, like he wasn't that.
He was a side guy.
He was and it was like a side guy trying to be the big dog, and I'm like, you haven't shown us anything yet. That I'm like, oh, you're a big dog, right?
the guy that was with him, the Irish guy in that room, I was like, he's a
He'll
problem.
he'll whip out a gun right now. Like he's about it. Michael, it just didn't. He didn't catch me as that, right?
And
Like
then
he
he looks
didn't.
stupid with the mustache too.
No, not the mustache. I thought he was rocking the mustache.
It looks funny to me. Like I
Okay,
see, maybe because I saw him up to that point, but the mustache, like that looks funny.
I thought he was rocking it, especially with the time jumps. I'm like, okay, that looks like he that's something he would be doing.
What's her name? Anya Taylor-Joy.
That's the actor
her name?
name, the actress's name.
Actress's
Yeah,
name? She does a good job with the
Boston
accent. I like what
accent
she's
too.
doing.
Yeah, she did really well as well. I mean, again, the performances great.
That's another one of my favorite scenes when Tommy.
Shows up.
I
Yeah,
have a plastic Killian Murphy, dude.
Killian just has the I have the upper hand on you look, and it's priceless.
And then once him doing the speech before he decides to off himself, and then just him turning, like him breaking. I'm like, this guy, what can't he do?
Yeah. What's up, baby?
Not much.
Oh, okay. What was I gonna say? Oh, even at the the funeral for Ruby, I'm like, yeah, he's killing it. I forgot what he was saying, and he had to turn around. And shout out to Lizzie. Holy shit,
Lizzie,
dude.
The way that ended made me sad, but I'm like,
It is for the best.
She was that it really Tommy pissed me off, but he did it in a way that he acted out pissing me off in a way that was chef's kiss.
Killian always with the Irish girl. Oh, I'm like, stop.
Grace.
Right? Yeah, I'm done
I
with
loved her.
like, yeah, but she dead, right? So move on. She prigged, like, and then doing Lizzie this dirty after she looked after you after Grace died. Come on, bro.
Held down everything.
Everything. Lizzie like was a real one. Is a real one. She didn't die.
I was hoping the scene when he actually just says words to her in the room after they bang.
Yeah.
I was hoping that was the part where he's like, you know what, she's a real one.
Yeah, like how long? What does it take, bro? Like,
and then her react, I was like, damn, he got her. And then her reaction or what she said, I'm like, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Shout out Lizzie.
Shout out I'm telling you, these character arcs are so good.
What's crazy is every time I see her on screen, I'm like, it's like she somehow was grinding out levels in attractiveness. I don't know what it is.
No, I think since like the first frame she came out, I'm like, okay, Lizzie's got it.
She started already. I'm like, yo, she's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
But then every time I saw her again, I'm like,
yeah. She over time her flex meter just kept going up and up.
Yeah.
And shout out to the people who dressed everyone this season. Holy shit. Everything looks more and more expensive. I guess since time is passing, more fashions. That makes sense. So never mind. I'm gonna stay quiet there. Everything just looks more and more expensive.
Which was done on purpose. Oswald's lady. I forgot her name.
You didn't like her performance, or you didn't like her as a character?
She acted the way that their character was supposed to be. And yeah. I didn't like it, but that's kudos to how she was written.
Okay, yeah. It was one of those, like, every time she came on screen, I'm like, she's going to say some snarky shit that if I was there, I would just put hands on. Like, I would have gotten killed already.
I mean, Ada bodied her words, so.
Yeah, shout out to Ada again, dude. Killed it. Hey, shout out to her when she pulled out the gun on the fucking Nazi dudes. I'm like, let's go. She's a fucking Peaky Blinder, dude.
When they first showed her, I'm like, her with this communist guy. She's the Sakura of the family. But every time she delivered to, she's a real one.
Yeah.
Shout out Ada. Shout out Ada, dude. Ada.
Shout them out. Yeah, all of them. Ladies killed it in this show.
Arthur, this guy's life is so depressing, but
it really is. It really is.
This man does not win.
By this season, every episode or like scene that he's in, I'm like, this is where he's gonna kill himself. But like every single one, I'm like, this guy is so sad.
He can't take a fucking break.
This man goes through it.
But he does when he says his last name, he recruited him. Every time he's like, "By order the fucking Peaky Blinders," or he's like, "I'm for your folk, you're Shelby."
Yeah.
when he's talking to
the new kid, yeah.
Diablo, bro.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I watched the first episode. When was it?
I watched it last Monday. The first episode, or was it
last
Sunday?
Week I messaged you about it. Let me see. Let me see.
It wasn't that long ago, so it should be a quick scroll.
The 19th.
Oh,
Sorry,
so
the 19th.
yeah, so it's Tuesday for you.
Tuesday for me. As a second I saw the first episode, I started like the fiending, and I knew that meant that I'm back in.
Yeah, and the music. When I heard with the red right hand, I'm like, we're fucking back, dude. Loved
Shout
it.
out to the guy who plays Oswald Mosley.
Yes.
Mosby, I should
Janiana
say.
saw, well, I forgot what episode she was watching before she had to go to work, but she's like, that's the guy from Hunger Games. What was his name? Damn it, he was a previous winner in the Hunger Games.
I'm
By the
not
time
gonna remember
Katniss
that.
goes in there, Randall, I don't know if you remember, 'cause I know you read the books, or do you remember what his name was? Was it Finn? No,
Finnick there.
I think that's his name.
That's the
he
asshole
fights
guy
with
with the
Ryan.
ravens. Yeah.
Let me double check before I lie. Well, he's in the show and he plays like a Nazi, pretty much. Not like so. But his performance was so good, man. Peaky Blinders.
He's one of those people. He's Oswald Mose. It's a real person. Mosley is. What's his name? Mosby or Mosley?
Sam Claflin is the actor name. He was in the Hunger Games. Yeah, he played.
Finnick there.
Yep. So it was Finnick. That's the name.
Crazy. Yeah, it's really him.
It's just he got skinnier for this role. Because he was built, wasn't he? In the Hunger Games, he was jacked, right?
He was ripped. I wouldn't say built.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to him. What's funny is he has a movie with him. Every time I look at him, I'm like, wait, is that Henry Cavill? But then it's never him, right?
Right.
They have a movie that's a Sherlock movie with the girl from Stranger Things, the British lady, the girl 11.
What is her name? Bobby.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown. Thank you. I was gonna say Bobby Tarantino, and I'm like,
in that movie, it's Henry Cavill, him, and then Millie Bobby Brown. Like, how did they put Henry Cavill twice?
yeah. You ever see the Nutty Professor?
Yeah, but I want to see them in like some kind of sibling role. The same way I want to see Rami Malek and Aubrey Plaza, and as siblings. I want them. I think wants a shout out, bro. Johnny Dogs, because Johnny's he just be dogging.
Yeah, he didn't have a lot of airtime, but when he was on, like when they arrived at the party and Arthur was fucking drunk, and he's like, "They're gonna fucking have a camera on my," like he was freaking out because he had to wear the black shirt, and I'm like, "Yes." Yeah. And like
Johnny Dogs, my guy,
I swapped the ticker. Tell me I did all right, and I'm like, he's like, "You're a good man." That was crazy.
You know what needs a shout out. That's about everybody.
Shout out to Thomas Shelby / Cillian Murphy's aim, because he shot a fucking bird in midair.
While it was moving.
Man.
And then he's like, and he shot his nephew or whatever. He's just fucking immediately he's like right here.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. I want to see him versus Rick Grimes. I want to see who wins.
That would be quite. All the bullets would hit.
A revolver.
Yeah.
Oh, he uses a M9.
A Colt. You're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, Thomas uses a Colt. I don't know if it was a 45 or not, but anyway. Excuse me. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the things I didn't really like gravitate toward, but it was fine, was that feud with Michael. And it was sad with the death of Ruby, but the interesting part was trying to get those different people to work together, and I'm like, let's see how this turns out. Because that was literally like worldwide negotiations. We had someone from like America, a bunch of people here in London. And I'm like, holy crap. I guess that's not completely worldwide, but it's like international. So I'm like, I'm down to see how this expands. And then, I mean, it had its airtime, but I would like to see. I wanted to see more.
Yeah.
I don't know. As someone who loves Peaky Blinders, it was another great season. The ending was like a bit of a. They left a little carrot there for me because I still wanted more in a way. I'm like, I don't know if this was the complete ending I wanted. It doesn't feel like the ending, like it's done, right?
Yeah.
So I hope it is the movie that's coming out after this, and that will hopefully feel like it's an ending. But this felt like Thomas's ending in a way.
It felt like it was gonna end, and they had like 3 ways of doing so, and then they said, but it won't.
Yeah,
I'm
so
like, all right, well.
and like you mentioned, it might just be because they do have that movie.
The gypsy invasion scene where the lady, I mean, I don't want to spoil too much of the plot, but when the lady's like, "Oh, are those the cops?" and he goes, "No, it's," and he pulls out the fucking Tommy. I laughed.
No, it was like it's like I think it's the cops are coming, and then he goes, "Who goes there?" And he's like, "I'm here for my blue whatever the necklace was." He's like, "So I'm here for this," and then he just unloads and he just fucking shoots him up. I'm like, "Damn, dude." Also, I didn't think guns were that like easily breakable. That fucker broke it up against a tree.
He disassembled a good portion of it first.
I thought he just took out the mag.
Took out the mag, I think part of the barrel. He disassembled a decent amount and then just beat the shit out of it.
Okay.
It also is in like the 30s, so maybe they are a little more finicky.
I guess that makes sense. I don't know. It was cool. Yeah. If you've watched Peaky Blinders up until now, keep watching. This is not one of those like seasons where you're like, oh, it's boring or just nothing moves forward. It's definitely entertaining. It's a bit sad in the first half, like really sad. So like, make sure for that, and then it starts getting more complex the further it goes, and then up until that ending, which I'm sure it's gonna be a divisive ending for people. So go ahead and watch it. Let us know, I guess, in the comments, Twitter, whatever, doesn't matter what y'all think, because it was just a cool season. And that's that, right? I don't know, Brian, do you recommend watching that whole season, or what do you?
I recommend the whole season, despite me complaining about the way it ends. I think everything up until that point was like
Excellent.
it showed new sides of people. I mean, it's a formula that the other seasons do, where time passes, this is the new enemy for the season. Time passes, this is the new enemy. But the thing is, why it works is every time they do that, it's an interesting character.
Yeah. And to get to Tommy, they'll target different things, either people or different sides of the business. So you'll get to see everyone get airtime in a way.
In this season, it's Tommy targeting Tommy, essentially.
Pretty much.
Which is something new. It's like a season where it feels like Tommy is never getting a W. It feels like just the longest L imaginable, which is something with this character you don't usually see.
Yeah.
You usually see him cool, calm, collected. Now he's calm. That we see his wedding with Grace, where they all jumped the fucking bus.
Yeah.
But it's definitely an interesting season. It's different than the other seasons. The bads that they introduce, great. The ones that return, great. I still recommend it. It's not like it didn't fumble it the way Game of Thrones fumbled.
Oh, I can definitely stand behind that.
I hope the movie is a multi-part one.
I don't.
But that's greed out of my end now, because I'm not ready to say goodbye to the Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, same. Like when I ended it, I'm like, okay, it's over, because I didn't have any knowledge of the movie coming, so I'm like, okay. So I took a bit, absorbed it, and I'm like, okay, so it's an ending, but I don't think it's over. Like it doesn't feel like it's over, and I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I
saw the ending and I Googled to make sure if there's a 7th season still. Like if they re-announced it and then like, no, it's a movie, relax.
Okay.
Because I was like, if that's the ending of the show, Diablo, I'm upset.
Yeah, okay. So we'll see.
The series, I should say.
Cool. So yeah, go check out Peaky Blinders. If you haven't seen it at all, man, you're in for a fucking treat.
Quite a ride.
Yeah, what 6 seasons, what ride you're in, dude. I highly recommend watching it if you have not started it.
It's one of my, not to hype up all 9 million people watching, but it's one of my favorite shows, I think, to exist.
And that's pretty hard to beat. That list is, difficult to get to.
And people tell me I hate everything, so.
That's true. So, go watch it. Anyway, we'll move right along here real quick. The Gunk is a game I played on, shout out to Xbox Game Pass. We're not sponsored, but the Xbox call, let me know. Give me a call. I'll be happily sponsored. It's called the Gunk. Let me go look up some statistics here real quick for you guys, so I can give you guys some facts, if you will, right? Is it published or developed by Image and Form? And if you don't know who Image and Form is, these are the guys who made the Steamworld games. Steamworld Quest, Steamworld Dig 1 and 2, Steamworld Heist. And they announced a new game called Steamworld Headhunter, which we'll see how that turns out. But the Gunk is their latest game. And you play I forgot her name. Oh my god.
Me?
You play as Ronnie. Who her and her partner land on a planet because they went through a storm or something, and they landed on this planet. It's filled with gunk, like some alien life form gunk that's like turning the life. It's like eating the life out of the planet and turning like animals hostile, things like that. And you're basically Ronnie, are trying to figure it out while your partner's trying to get like the ship working so you can get the hell out. Gameplay is the two big thing is platforming for the most part. There's also combat you can do in the game. I'm not going to spoil all the stuff you unlock, but you unlock things by scanning life forms, plant life, things like that. The more you scan, the more your progress meter comes up, and then you can basically like, oh, after all this stuff I scanned, I think I can put this and this together and create this new thing, right? It's a very linear progression. So you just keep scanning and you'll end up unlocking everything. Excuse me. And there are upgrades. There's different platforming abilities you'll get. So you can, go back and continue to explore and unlock more things. But for the most part, it's a pretty linear action-adventure platformer. It's like cleaning up the gunk is a very satisfying thing to do. I don't know why. It's very similar to like when I first played Super Mario Sunshine and I just wanted to clean everything up. Like it's that kind of level for me. Like that's the kind of itch it scratched. If that makes sense. Very satisfying to do that. Combat was a pretty like once you get the optimal combo, which is not difficult to find out once you're playing it. It's not too deep. It gets the job done. It's not super satisfying, but it's not like disappointing. The plot
Does it get repetitive?
It hasn't gotten. It does, but not because. It's because it's not a long game. That's the thing. So it gets repetitive, but it doesn't overstay the welcome because the game is not too long. That makes sense.
Okay.
Like once you get everything to like for combat or things like you're good. You're almost done anyway, so it's not like you're doing the same thing for too long. So which is fine, which is perfect. The pacing's done great. The puzzles in it are fun because you have to. A lot of it's physics based or figuring out when things connect to each other, so you can unlock a door or things like that. Story itself, I wasn't too attached to. Like I understood they landed on the planet, they try to get out, but the background lore for the planet never drew me in any way. It was very satisfying to see like things that looked dead and like life being drained out of it once you clean out all the gunk, and it has like a nice little animation of things coming back to life. Always satisfying because it goes from like very desaturated environment to a very lively, vibrant plant life. You see like animals going around and stuff, and that looks really good. Again, the length of the game is not that long, so I highly recommend it. If you have Game Pass, go check it out. Some of the people who made Steamworld games, and those games have been fantastic from what I played so far. I mean, one of them turned me into a turn-based game player again because of XCOM. Steamworld Heist is awesome. These guys knocked it out of the park with their 3D, so I'm actually excited to see what they come up with. Steamworld Headhunters, I think is the next game.
FPS?
I don't remember if they announced the genre yet. I have to look it up. Let me see. Do I still have the...
It'd be cool if they make like a Gunfire Reborn. Like a game like that.
Yeah, these guys, Image and Form definitely have gameplay first. So I'll see. It would be a fun game. Let me see. Developers, Steamworld Headhunter. Yeah, an upcoming third-person cooperative title. It's gonna be co-op, and it's a third-person shooter.
Co-op, third person. I don't care about shooting things.
Yep.
And then we're robots.
Yeah. So.
Let me know.
Yeah, we're definitely playing that. But anyway, but we're talking about the Gunk. The Gunk is awesome. Go and check it out. It's short and sweet. Really fun game. That's all I have on that.
Game of the year?
It came out last year. It's an old.
Came-
It was a backlog game for me.
Came out last year?
Wait, or am I fucking lying? Hold on, because I forgot we're already in fucking May almost. So it might have been earlier this year.
This year is like I blink and then I'm 40. That's
Yeah.
what it feels like.
I think the older you get, the faster time goes.
I don't even know if it's necessarily just how you getting older or just.
Yeah, 2021.
What-
Oh
when
wait,
my
it does
kid-
count. It came out December 16th, 2021. So yeah, the
There you
Gunk
go.
counts. Oh shit, let me add that.
I don't even know if it's like getting older or if it's just when your day to day becomes just like a cycle, like a consistent cycle. I think that's when you fast travel through time. You know what
I
mean?
guess so. Yeah. Close that. Oh, I didn't add Pusha T's album, did I? To consumption. I did not.
You bald
Pusha
bitch.
T, it ain't dry. Speaking
You
of
wrote
which,
ain't dry.
it ain't dry. Yeah, isn't it called It Isn't Dry? It's almost
That
dry.
was it. It's almost dry. Yeah. The hell?
And I put it almost dry. It's almost dry, Anthony. Jesus.
You do.
It do be, dude. Saved. We're out of there. Close this. All right. So let's talk about it. You want to go first? Pusha T dropped an album last Friday, called "It's Almost Dry." Long awaited, if you ask me. Most of it published by, what is it, Pharrell and Kanye West?
Produced.
Produced.
Yeah, it's.
Did I say published?
It's all the only two producers on there is there's three technically. It's Nigo, but that song was produced, like directed by Pharrell, but it was Nigo producing it. But it's Pharrell and Kanye.
Nice. I go for it.
Let me pull up Spotify. I always forget to pull up Spotify before I need to
For the
talk about something on
stats?
Spotify. Fucking dumbass.
Let me go check too, just in
I
case.
I have made my bias towards Pusha T pretty apparent by now. Every album he's put out I've actually liked. Some of his mixtapes I think are solid still. Not 2022, Brian. Go to the fucking album, dumb bitch. Let me see. So the last album before this was in 2018, I believe, being Daytona, which was I thought it was good. Not his best work, but it was still good. Then this came out last Friday. It's 12 songs. It's 35 minutes, basically 36 because it's 53 seconds. Out of 12 songs, I didn't heart 3 of them.
Why?
First,
Are you seeing
happened?
this?
what?
There's another version. It's called "It's Almost Dry." Pharrell versus Ye.
What the hell?
What does that mean?
Ooh, I don't. Hold on. I gotta look into this shit.
The order's different too.
It's probably this. Okay, it's probably the songs that Pharrell produced and then the ones that Kanye produced. That's my only guess.
No, it's the same tracks. It's just they're ordered
That's what I'm telling you.
differently. That's
Yeah,
weird.
So the first half is the ones that Pharrell produced. The last half is the Kanye ones. Just like beat battle kind of.
But how's it a beat battle if they're both in it? What I'm saying is that it's almost dry Pharrell versus Ye, and compared to it's the regular one that we saw. It's just track listing changes.
That's the order of the tracks it's Pharrell's produced ones. Pharrell produced these. Is
Yeah.
the top ones. The bottom portion is the ones that Kanye produced. Same songs.
You're talking about in the Pharrell versus Ye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying, why are we doing this?
For shits. The part that I don't understand is why they're listed as separate tracks. So, like, if you hearted one on the
Yeah, it's not. It won't be on the same. That's so weird, dude. Whatever. I guess. Go ahead though. That just derailed it. Just go ahead.
12 songs. I hearted 9 of them on first listen. I've heard it 5 times now, I think. I haven't gotten tired of any. There's some that have the potential because the choruses are meh, but the verses usually outweigh it. He might be on the list of people who shouldn't do their own choruses. Some of these I'm like, no.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those. There's a bunch of tracks that they didn't get the addition to the library because it's like I like most of the song, but then the part that I don't like gets repeated because it's a chorus. Like it's not the same case with like when Tyler the Creator had Earthquake, and I had to listen to who the fuck isn't it again? I don't even know who it is.
Carter.
Yeah, like his part, I'm like, okay, fuck this part. Yeah, and then it'll go away, and that's it. It's just one little area, and then we're back to what I like, right? Or the same, no disrespect again to Lil Wayne or Tyler the Creator, but Don FM. When their parts come home, like, I know it, whatever. Like I've already memorized their parts or whatever, but I'm waiting for that to be over so we can come back to the OG, right?
To the OG.
Yeah, to the OG vibe of the track. Like it's such a departure. We're not talking about Don FM. Go ahead, keep going.
Production, I mean, solid. Pusha T, solid. There's one verse that I'm like, this was phoned in, and that's the song with Lil Uzi. I think the idea of the song, it's called Scrape It Off. There's Don Toliver's in it as well.
That one I'm still on the fence because I like Don Toliver's part on the chorus.
His part's good, but then the chorus near the last part, I'm like, this didn't need to be part of the chorus. Uzi, I enjoy Uzi's music, right? This was phoned in because there was no Uzi energy. It was his voice just saying things. I feel like I need him to be high energy, which usually in a song like this he's going in, right?
Especially when it's called "Scrape It Off," and that chorus is so high energy already with Don Toliver. I thought he was going to continue it.
The instrumental gives me vibes of It's on Darkest Before Dawn. More Famous Than Rich. The Dream does the chorus. He's like Creeper Bunnies, and it's kind of like a high energy instrumental.
Okay.
It reminded me of it, but in that song, everybody goes off.
Mm-hmm.
And this one,
everyone knew the assignment.
Yeah, and this one they're like, this is the beta one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm kind of disappointed with this song. Cuddy song is also one I didn't heart because it just felt like it was everywhere. It didn't feel.
Oh, rock and roll. Yeah, same. I didn't like rock and roll.
It felt just too. There's aspects of it I like. There's no song on here I'm like, shut the fuck up. Right? There's none of those. There's aspects of this song I liked, but overall I wasn't a fan of. And I Pray For You. This song is too long for me. I'm glad that Malice is in this. Gives you Clips vibes.
I mean, he even credited as Clips.
We put his name, then Malice, then Clips,
and then Clips. Yeah.
It's not that anyone's verses were weak or any part of the song was weak. I just wish it was more condensed. I like the instrumental. I'm pretty sure I liked both verses. Just condensed a little bit is all I wanted with that, so I didn't heart it.
And I know we've been mentioning it before. Shout out to everyone targeting 2.5 minutes. Like, it's becoming more and more apparent. Like, a lot of these tracks are 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes. At most, like 2:40. And I'm loving it. I don't know why.
I like 3 minutes. I think sub 4 minutes, I usually... Unless you're going off.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be 3 hours.
Yeah.
But normally, it seems like the sweet spot is like 2 to 4 minutes for me.
But
something that pisses me off about length, too, for the people who make interludes. And those interludes are the best song on the album. And it's sub 1.5 minutes. Fuck you.
Oh, I see.
What the song is, and you cut it. At least make it 1.5 minutes.
Like, let's make it 2 minutes or 2.5. 2.5 minutes is a sweet spot.
But for an interlude, 1.5 minutes, I can. I'll be mad, but I can take it. Hey, this shit goes off. Yeah, it's 3 seconds,
and it's over, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah. What was I saying? I named the 3 songs that didn't heart. A song, and seems to be the pattern. I don't think they're choosing singles correctly. And the reason I say this is because this is maybe the 3rd album where a single comes out and I'm like, get this out of my sight. And then I hear it within the context of the album and I'm like, this is going off.
I was going to say,
being Neck and Wrist.
Yeah, because I told you about Neck and Wrist and you said you were like, you weren't feeling the Jay-Z part and stuff. But I'm like, no, it slaps. And then when it came on, I don't know, I didn't look at the track list. I just hit play and go, right? And then if I hear something, I'm like, what the hell is this? Then I go and check to see what it is and add it to the library. I heard Neck and Wrist come up. I'm like, perfect. It's in between. What is it? Dreaming of the Past and well, I don't know about the new listing with Pharrell versus Ye, but between
It's
Dreaming of the
Dreaming of the
Past
Past
and
and
Just
then
So
Just So You
Remember,
Remember.
I thought it was a good position for it. Like I'm like, okay,
It fits within the album, and the same thing happened with Vince Staples' album with Magic. When I heard it by itself, I'm like, what the hell is Vince doing? This doesn't sound like Vince.
uh-huh.
And then I realized what the album sounded like, and in there, I'm like,
Papa,
Buster.
yeah,
So this is another one where I spoke too soon. In the context of the album, I like it, but there's other songs I think they should have put out as a single. A song that they shouldn't have put out as a single because it would have had my expectations up to here. Just So You Remember. This is by far the best song on the album.
uh huh.
If you say otherwise, you're blocked.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know if
Um,
I'm blocked yet. I don't know. I haven't crowned anything yet. I still need to listen to it a few more times. 'Cause I only have 4 added to my library. So which is
I haven't.
Brambleton, Neck and Wrist. 5. Just So You Remember, Diet Coke, and Call My Bluff. The rest, I mean, and the close one was the Don Toliver one. Scrape It Off because I like that. I think he did really good on that. So
Wait, so did you not say Just So You Remember? Did you say you heard that?
yeah, I just miscounted. I said 4, but it's 5, and Just So You Remember is
Okay.
on there.
Call My Bluff's one of those songs where the chorus is real sloppy, and it almost had me like not heart it, but I just enjoy his cadence and everything in it.
Yep.
Yes, Just So You Remember, best song on here. Diet Coke is a single that it's not numbers on the board for me when it was a single. I'm like I like this a lot, but it still feels a little tame for Push. And right after Just So You Remember, where I was already like applying to be a drug dealer.
Yeah.
I hear yesterday's price, not today's price.
And
I'm
then
going off.
yeah, you're like, what the hell?
They mad at us. I'm like, yeah, they are. And
Yeah.
I spawn.
You'll have the Colt that Tommy had ready to just fucking headshot a flying bird.
Yeah, I think I have like I might even have the whole my top 5 songs in here. I know top 2 easy for me. Just So You Remember, and Brambleton, another chef's kiss, and it's a good way to
Yep.
start the album. I think.
Great intro.
The third song. It's between 2 of them. It's between Diet Coke and Let the Smoker Shine the Coops.
I like that chorus a lot. I don't know why I haven't added it yet.
The instrumental there, I already knew for like a fucking fact that Pharrell produced this because it sounds like clips, like back in the day clips.
There's a TikTok that I follow or like an account that does like music stuff, and he
Mhm.
goes over like the producers like tags, like what they so you know it's them. Like some everyone has like
the 4 count.
yeah. I saw that. I'm like, oh my god, I never noticed it until I started hearing it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So now I know when I hear that, like a 4-beat of something and then into the beat, I'm like, Pharrell's on this.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very clever way because I mean, we're used to just them yelling their fucking names and didn't use it creatively. Now I know that Pharrell's been out here doing it creatively.
Pharrell's the reason I don't have one. It's because I'm like, you don't fucking need it.
Yeah, the beat will speak for itself.
Yeah, and even Pharrell, like let's say he didn't do the 4 count, I can usually tell if he produced it because there's very little instrumentation, and they're usually like, every instrument has its own pocket, and it's a very open mix usually for his songs. So think about Happy, very little instrumentation, him saying Happy, whatever. You can, it's very open, and there's like 6 things going on.
Yeah,
Grinding, and then the water drops,
Mhm.
and the voice, and that's about it. If you listen to his album, The Girl, when you hear
Yeah.
Hunter, think about it.
I'm a hunter. Yeah,
His voice, the drums, that's
it. That song slaps, dude. I still have it in my library. When it comes on shuffle, random, I'm in the car. I'm like, I'm a hunter.
I have that, and then the one with Alicia Keys. I know who you are.
There's a bunch of songs on there. Like Marilyn Monroe was good on that. He had a good. That was a solid album. Girl was really good.
Just in the Wind, I think was in there.
Which
See it in the air.
yeah, that was on there. That was a solid ass album. When he dropping another album, bro? After listening to a bunch of these instrumentals, I'm like, yeah, when's he dropping?
I don't know. Do I have anything else to say? Oh, so over it, solid album. It's gonna be in the top 10. Maybe even top 5. One thing I will say though is it's a good album, but when you compare it to his other bodies of work, just to him, this is nowhere near his strongest work, in my opinion. At least I love this album,
You want to
but
see a
to
dead
me,
body?
My Name Is My Name and Darkest Before Dawn are. I still don't know which one I like more.
I think it's My Name Is My Name. The one with that's the answer.
Nostalgia is on Darkest Before Dawn, I think.
Then I think Darkest Before Dawn is the answer, right? Like,
Let's
hold
see.
on, let me double check which one I'm fucking getting. Which corner am I backing? My Name Is My Name. No, it's My Name Is My Name. Nostalgia's on here, Brian.
It's on My Name Is My Name.
Yes, it's Numbers on the Board, Suicide, Nostalgia, Snitch, King Push. Brian, it's My Name Is My Name is his best album.
Oh no, I'm still looking. So
You're
I'm
wild.
gonna show you the ones that I hearted, and because I didn't heart it doesn't mean I hated the song. So King Push, the first song, Numbers on the Board, easy.
Sweet
Sweet Serenade.
Yep.
40 Acres, which isn't the one I'm talking about with the Dream, but this is a good song.
I read the No Regret as Kevin Costner. I'm like, what? I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
And Nostalgia, good. Snitch, a few listens, but I didn't end up.
Oh, really? I like this. I like Snitch.
So how many did I name there? Sorry, let me go back.
I didn't even count. I thought you were counting. You had your finger up.
4, 5. I heard it.
Yeah.
Let me see. Darkest Before Dawn. The intro, Untouchable, More Famous Than Rich, Money, Pussy, Alcohol, Retribution, Sunshine.
Yeah, you have more.
So it's Darkest Before Dawn.
You're wild.
So as an album, I like this more. Everybody knows how I feel about Nostalgia and Numbers on the Board. When it comes to like my favorite songs from Push, I think those are clear up there. But I think Darkest Before Dawn is the chef's kiss.
Okay.
This is his my Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy for me.
Oh, okay. Why did it erase a bunch of my ads?
I
Wild.
blocked you.
Oh. You want to see a dead body?
Yeah, his album I can only say it's not his best work, but compared to people like not his discography, this is still chef's kiss.
It's just a good project. So definitely
Yeah.
go and listen to it. If you haven't heard Push before, maybe go listen to a previous one first. I don't know if this one's gonna bring you in, but it's good. It's good stuff. Instrumentals are great. There was one thing I didn't like. Right, what was that rapper that you were showing me that you like because he's funny? The
Oh, Valet.
There was a track on here where Pusha T was doing that cadence. I'm like, where is he on here?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say too, because Valet was good music for a bit, and
Which song was it?
My Bluff.
Is it Call My Bluff? Can
That's
I play
one
that?
of them. He does it in 2 songs. Hold on. I'm getting upset at myself. Hold on. Why is there 2 versions of the Ye versus Pharrell shit?
Yeah, Call My Bluff. That's why I liked it. It was
Yeah.
very Valet, and I'm like, why isn't he featured in this?
It's that one, and then his cadence kind of in Neck and Wrist is similar to Valet.
That's one of my
And it
cons.
makes
I'm
me
like,
sad.
yeah, I'm like, that's
Me
either
too.
unless something happened, like maybe they're not cool anymore or something, but like he should have been on that track specifically on Call My Bluff. Because I remember you showed me him Valet. The first track was Miami. And that was his cadence. I'm like, oh shit. And I heard it in this. I'm like, and like the first line, I'm like, is Valet fucking featured in this? Not on there. I'm like, that's weird.
I wish, man. He releases songs like randomly every week, and I'm not a fan of them. Usually, like he'll have some that I really like, or I'm like, meh. What upsets me the most is the songs that I do like about him that I find entertaining, outside of Miami and Womp Womp with Jeremiah, only on his YouTube. And I'm like, what the fuck, man?
That's weird.
Yeah.
Why didn't he just upload? Okay.
I haven't followed on Spotify, waiting for him to just put everything on here, but shrug emoji.
Like he can do it himself. It's open now. You can just upload your own stuff on Spotify.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he just wants to keep it separate.
Okay. But yeah, that was definitely one that's something I needed to note because I was listening to it on like the third try and I'm like, why does this sound so familiar? And then it's because of Valet, and I'm like, okay.
I that's something that I complained about to myself, and I'm glad you mentioned because I would have gone without saying it. But there's some features, that being one that I needed in here. I'm surprised he didn't do another song with Rick Ross as well.
Oh right, he usually does have Ross on his stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't have a Kendrick, which is weird.
Well, Kendrick's album's coming out next month too.
Or maybe he has a feature in that.
Maybe maybe he's pulling some. Oh, so a friend of mine told me in an interview he saw or something like that, or Push talked about. Oh, that's another complaint that I have. But the one that my friend told me, I'll say first.
Okay.
Apparently, you know how Hear Me Clearly is on the Nego album?
Yeah.
So Pusha T's version was supposed to have a Nas verse on it, on his album. But apparently, it just fell through. Like, Nas didn't give it to him in time or whatever, so he didn't end up getting the verse.
So they might release a remix later. That's
That's
not.
what I thought as well. That's what I said out loud.
I mean, if he already has it, if he has the verse, then they'll release it later. But if he hasn't done anything on it, then maybe not.
The other thing that kind of annoyed me, not to, like I started moshing, but in an interview the Pusha T has with Charlemagne, he mentions that Pharrell told him, like he said to him, I think either while they're working on the album or before, he said you can't keep rapping like a mixtape rapper forever.
Oh shit! What the hell?
And what's annoying to me is this album sounds the most like a mixtape than all his other albums. So I was like, what does that even mean?
That's weird.
Like the instrumentals picked, the way he's rapping on it, it felt like if you told me this was a mixtape, I'm like, yeah, I can hear it.
Okay.
So I don't understand what that meant, and you know.
Well, I mean, in this day and age, I don't know what's what. I just like the tracks now because EPs they are just albums to me. Albums are just EP. Like there's nothing's being enforced, right? Like different projects are being nominated for Grammys, even if it's an EP, if it's just a track, it's just right. So I don't know what's what. And mixtape, I haven't heard like who releases mixtape still. That's still happening?
Oh, Dreamville. Their album's a mixtape.
Yeah, but what is a mixtape? Is it not just a collection? Like what's different than an album and a mixtape? Besides, it sounds like a mixtape, right?
Before mixtape were just you rap on anybody's beat and then just put it out there.
But they're existing beats, right? Like that's just like you putting your bars on someone else's.
Like you could get like a song made for you, but usually it was like I'm gonna rap on this, and you just do whatever. It's like freestyle. It was like the
like ciphers or stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you can't do that anymore. Like you can't make a legit mixtape because you'll get sued for using someone else's instrumental, right?
I mean, if you make an album with the theme of this is going to be like a mixtape, then I guess
that's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I recommend this if you like hip hop. One thing I will say, I guess the people I won't recommend it to, if you don't like when people only talk about cocaine, this is probably not the artist for you.
If you don't like gang affiliated drugs, firearms,
specifically cocaine
and cocaine,
if you don't hear a guy if you listen to the discography for 10 plus years, just talk about cocaine in a different way. If that's not your thing, to hear creative coke lines, he's not for you.
Yeah.
But if you're like, there's no way someone can talk about cocaine in different ways for 10 plus years.
Yes.
Pusha T says, "Hold my coke."
Yeah, I see what you did there. Look at the wordplay.
He didn't do that enough, and that
thank you. That's my other. Thank you. That's my last con. I didn't hear enough. Yuck, like not enough.
Push. What I heard was they're gonna die, and I was like, that's okay. And then, and just so you remember, when he's like, "I'm the holy book of coke. I'm the Genesis."
Yeah.
Right after that, you know what? God, I would have been like, what did he say?
Yeah, we would have been it. Everybody would have been on fucking cloud nine there.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, I like the album a lot. To sum it up, give it a listen. It's also 36 minutes.
It's 35 minutes. Like all the tracks are like targeting 2.5, 2:40. Like you're not wasting that much time.
Yeah.
Right. You're not giving up too much of your day. It's like 30 minutes, dog. Definitely worth listening. So, oh, okay. I don't know about a number, but I definitely enjoyed it as well.
I'm not gonna give it an actual number. That's stupid to me.
What I was gonna say? What people like the Pusha T and the game do with their projects, they have a certain level of energy that, okay, people listening, we're not gonna do crime, but after listening to their music, you want to do crime. right? Not in a bad way. It's just like they have the music sounds legit. Like these people do,
Authentic.
like authentic is the word. Yeah, like these people do what they say they do, right?
At least now too, where everybody's just saying things to sell albums. There's people who, if they say this in a line, Game, Kendrick, Vince Staples, Pusha T, Nas, people like that, when they say something, I believe that
Believe it.
this happened.
Yeah, like the game, especially the game and Pusha T for me especially, like Vince as well. But he has a creative twist to it where I'm like, it I believe it, but it's like in a different. It's taking in like I'm reading in a storybook. When
Like he's telling you
Push,
secrets.
yeah, like he's telling me secrets. When Push or Game doing it, is that I feel like they're performing the crime, and I'm right next to them.
It's like they're telling me because they want me to do something about it. Like I'm
Yeah,
going to.
yeah. Like there's a level of presence, I guess, would be the in their
Yeah,
cadence. So
and that's what makes them. I mean, wordplay and just skill in the craft that makes them stand out. But also that it feels genuine what they're saying.
hmm which should
But I'm
scare
like,
you.
yeah,
Which you should be fucking terrified. Oh man,
I need another Game album. Now that you say it.
I've been waiting ever since documentary part 2. That was like years ago. No, I'm sorry, since 1991. Or is there another one?
1990, it was a different year.
It was?
I think I think it's like 1999 or something. Hold on.
Oh, let me look it up.
1992. We're both wrong.
Damn.
He put out an album, Born to Rap, or is this a collection of older songs?
Did I miss a fucking game release? Are you
I
serious?
didn't hear this.
And when did it come out?
2019. I didn't hear this.
Maybe did I? Hold on. I don't remember his stuff name. Oh my god, no!
I didn't even hear this. I just feel like a fake fan right now.
Yeah, so do I. Oh well, I got something to listen to. He's got one with Ed Sheeran called "City of Sin."
I mean, I've listened to his mixtapes too, and apparently I'm just a fake fan. I didn't listen to the whole album.
Damn, I can see why I didn't listen to it. It's 25 songs, Brian.
How long's the album?
An hour and a half.
That's why I didn't listen, man.
That might be what.
That's exactly why I didn't listen, man.
Holy shit! I'll have to listen to it though, because I am a huge fan of the game. So, but we still need a new album. It's been 3 years, so
Yeah.
dope. So yeah, recommend Pusha T. It's almost dry. What happened?
I clicked the wrong podcast document. It's just empty.
You did.
Made a new one?
Yeah, I made a new one already to save my time because we were just waiting. So just go underneath. It's 188.
Okay. I was like, what the hell? What did I do nothing?
Well, I mean that's it. That was the last thing we consumed. So I mean,
Really?
Yeah, the floor is open. We haven't.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
yeah. I haven't been able to.
I clicked the same one again.
What is your problem? It's 188.
I'm an idiot, man.
What are you doing? I guess we can do some news. What's been announced? Oh, not announced. I got hands on no build Fortnite. I think it was like a week ago, a long time
Same,
ago.
I didn't do too much. I did 2 matches.
Yeah, I played again this Saturday. I think you were playing Elden Ring when we were playing.
Yeah, I was trying to fight a boss, and then for glory, I went and just killed like 7 other bosses.
Damn,
I killed the boss. I killed the boss, right? My build, I don't think it's that good. It's that it has one purpose. I have a sword that's a rapier, and within the sword, it has an ability where I summon a bunch of blue swords behind me, like
Virgil.
like Virgil, but the one where it's behind me like this and it goes at you.
Oh, okay.
Which, whenever I kill someone with that, I say that if I had to deal with Virgil, they have to deal with Virgil. Is what I tell them.
And that's fair because we all have to deal with Virgil now. So.
And on this, I changed my weapon so that it has ice abilities. Ice abilities, if they get frostbitten, breaks your stance. Like you'll take more damage, and it's usually really good to like, oh, I'm staggered. All I do with this weapon is jumping heavy attack. So I guess Helmbreaker, but he does it like this. I call it the Space Jam. My whole goal is to make them break their stagger to just beat the shit out of them.
Oh shit! Is it? Do you have moves that are like heavy stagger?
The Space Jam. So I Space Jam and I swords, and that's about
And
it.
that's the
Really.
loop? Okay.
And when it lets me, I summon a jellyfish.
I think you say you summon like Final Fantasy summon.
Yeah, I summon Shiva.
Shiva, thank you. I was
I
gonna say
beat a boss.
Bahamut? I think there's one.
There's a boss in Elden Ring that was apparently fucking stupid hard, and then they nerfed it so
Okay.
that it was easier for people, and then they buffed it slightly apparently. Anyone who beat it pre-nerf is like bragging rights. Oh, pussy.
Uh-huh.
I beat it on the third part where they buffed it slightly after the nerf.
The slight buff, yeah.
First try. So I can't brag because again it wasn't pre-nerf, but I did it first try surprisingly, and boy was I was having a panic attack.
Why was it like a fast moving attack? Or like is it like a fast
So-
character or
The boss is designed. You can summon a bunch of actual NPCs, and it feels like a for glory. Take him down. It's a contest of champions, and every like the event is basically who can kill him. Yeah, that's how strong he is. Who can kill this guy?
so you have to land the last blow?
No.
Oh, okay. I mean
I
that's
go in with I can play without summoning those guys, but I summoned them because it felt like a raid, like a battle of the Titans. And
oh nice.
boy, when that happens, it's probably one of my favorite boss fights. That there's another one that I like more, but shit got real, and he was and just beating the shit out of people, and you can resummon them after a bit. So I'm like on my horse and I'm dodging shit, and then out of nowhere he jumped up like Hulk, and I'm like, where'd he go? And I know that when Hulk jumps up, a meteor comes down. I know this. So I
Yeah.
got on my horse, and what looked like a truck just came running by, and I'm like, it was even
What
though I
the-
didn't die, boy was I stressed.
Holy shit.
I can only imagine how hard it is for people who only do melee. Oh, so he's stronger against magic, so it didn't do anything.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
afraid of. Like when I start, I want to do a melee build, but then every time I see anyone play that game, like TikTok clips or just people playing it, I'm like, it's not viable. It's not.
It's doable. It's just you got to know that if you're gonna be that close, you're gonna get hit. So I only put up health recently because everybody shamed me into doing it. And even Johan's like, this is one of those games where you should have health. But before that, I put almost all my points in dexterity for my sword,
Yeah.
and it was just movement. If
Dexterity
I get hit,
for your sword?
Yeah, there's like strength. Like some weapons need certain things, or they're stat reliant. So the strength stuff usually are the big fucking things. Dexterity or like rapiers.
I thought the dexterity would be like the arrows or bow and arrows and stuff. So that
Those also can scale, and like throwing like daggers is like dexterity.
oh, that's interesting. Okay.
So game starts, all my points go into dexterity, and for maybe like 50 to 75% of my time playing this game, that was the case. So it was, if I get touched, I die.
Oof.
Movement, and I'm going on.
You're
and
playing
I'm-
fucking Marvel. You're like backdashing into fucking snaps into.
Yeah,
Okay. That I need to get started on that.
yeah. That's why I didn't join you, because I killed one boss, and then one thing led to another, and I fought that big guy, and I was like,
You can't once you're on a roll, and that's also like a momentum thing. Like once you get on a roll, you don't know when it's gonna go away. You just gotta keep riding that lightning. You know what I'm saying? I get that.
that's how these Souls games are, but this one's open world too. So
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of like hesitant because we still need to do Dying Light 2, and that's also open world. So
I don't think I'm doing another playthrough of this, so that's why I'm kind of milking it.
that makes sense. I want to see someone play the game with just hands. I don't know if that already exists or not, but I would watch that gameplay. I want to see
You do
someone
so
play.
little damage with like if you don't put a gauntlet on, you do like 2 damage.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
I
That'll take
wanted
forever.
I wanted to work the body, but so far I haven't found one that I liked. And the roll, like if you combat roll and you do the light attack, I don't like that move. It's ass to me, so that's why it's just been.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta play more build mode, no build mode. So to go back to what you're talking about.
Oh right. We played the no build Fortnite, and boy, there's no reason for me to do build anymore. That's one of the things that like kind of pushed me away because playing that game, the time to kill in all these modern battle royales are pretty long, in my opinion. But Fortnite had another layer of you had health, shield, and then architectural design that you went to school for, right? So you'll get shot, like for 20 of your shield, and then immediately you now have a fortress to go through. Like they used to just create dungeons for you, so for you to go and attack one guy. Now imagine a team of people doing that. So it's like it became overwhelming, and I'm like, I think I'm done with Fortnite. Then they announced a no build mode, and I'm like, that sounds interesting. Came out, I was kind of slow on it. Came out, I downloaded Fortnite and just waited like a few weeks because other games took priority. Finally got my hands on it. It is fun. It is what I wanted. Like it feels great. A bunch of skins to unlock. I love that they have a shitload of challenges for you to do, even for people who are not buying the battle pass. It's just to level yourself up and you get free stuff. I enjoy that. Like every drop, I don't have to worry about winning. I just am worrying about just finishing the challenges and stuff and leveling up, and that's just satisfying. The gunplay is the same as before. I'm not a huge fan of the bloom, but it's whatever. It's not a huge thing. Again, I'm there for just vibing, getting challenges done, and it's fun. The combat's still fun because I don't have to worry about them. Oh, he hit me for 10 health. Oh, I just turn around and build the Empire State Building. And then now they're gonna have to go through this. Yeah, like it's like, what's the point? Now I'm not playing a shooter, right?
The 2 matches that I played, not worrying about building is cool, but since I've only played Fortnite for like the first 3 months it was out.
You were overwhelmed with so much shit was happening.
What the hell was going on? He's like, oh, eat that go gusher. I'm like, what the hell is that? And then a truck came, like a school bus came out, and there's vehicles. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, for someone who's been out of that game or not following that game for that long, yeah, you're gonna be introduced. It's overwhelming, the amount of things you can do, the amount of options you got. So.
And then me just doing anything is like, oh, XP radical, fucked your dad, and so.
And you get a lot of XP for that, so.
It had that Call of Duty feel where just doing anything gives you a loud solo. That means you're doing well, and I like that. I want to play it more. Just I need to beat Elden Ring or just do other things with my free time.
Or both.
Yeah.
You can beat Elden Ring and then just do other things.
No, I mean like it would be one or the other because I don't want to start another game and then I get tired of this completely and then either I don't finish or I beeline. Gotcha. So I want to finish this and then move on.
Did you end up buying a copy, or you're still using Kelsey's?
I bought a copy because I felt bad that I was holding his hostage, so I got it for like 40-something bucks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I still don't want to review it until I finish it.
I mean, that makes sense. I'm just filling time here at this point, just hanging out.
I will say a little tidbit of a plus for me for this game is that, like The Witcher, the side stories are more entertaining than the base story.
Oh, that's good. That means you're not like wanderously exploring with no payoff.
Yes, I am. So I'm still doing that because I can't read maps, and my philosophy is everything dies. So if I see an enemy and I haven't killed it before, like I'm like, what is? If I ever say what is that, I get off my horse and I sprint at it.
But what if it's an NPC and you can like talk to it?
Then he won't hit me.
Oh, it's not like Dark Souls. Because in the older games, like if you attack them, they'll be like, "Oh, you can't talk to him anymore," and they'll fight you.
It won't target them, but like if I were to run up and have it touch them, it would hit them. But you can't target them until you hit them like multiple times.
I see.
At least there's only 2 NPCs that I murdered, and that was the case.
Okay. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
That's that. Anywho. What happened? You gonna say something?
I don't think I was.
Okay.
I don't remember now.
I don't recall any other news at the moment, but I haven't checked my phone today. So
Twitter.
Not yet. I think the details is Twitter accepted the offer, but it hasn't officially changed hands.
Once it does, I'm gonna be like, congrats, and I'm like, hire me and see if I get a job by Elon Musk.
I guess you can try.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I don't understand why people are making a huge deal. Like if he buys it, so what are people expecting happens when if the offer completes?
That means through Twitter we can hit like accept requests, and then we're on the moon now. It's gonna fast travel us.
So that's we want this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm cheering for it.
Okay, cool.
I'm trying to fast travel to the moon.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I don't have a suit, so I'll die immediately. But
not his moon.
Oh, he's got a different. Oh, my fault. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm catching up with the lore now. So.
his moon has air,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
but you have to drive one of those cyber trucks. So that's all. The
Oh,
only
you
mode
lost. You fucking lost me. Why did you say Cybertruck? Randall, do you like the Cybertruck? Have you seen the Cybertruck?
I have, but I don't remember what it looks like. So
Do you remember Halo 1 Warthog?
Yeah.
That's what that looks like to me.
If it was affordable, I would have gotten one
No.
because of how silly it looks.
Randall, it looks like it's still loading a much higher model. It's in the middle of loading a higher model.
Yeah, it looks like a polygon.
Yeah, I'm cool on that.
It looks like someone modded a vehicle in like GTA with Minecraft texture.
Yeah, like, and there's people like, yes, it's dope. No, man.
I like how silly it looks.
I guess
If
I
it was
can't
cheaper,
tell them no. They can like whatever they like,
yeah,
but
you can like what you want, but fuck you, right? That's
yeah,
what it
like
is.
what you like, but fuck off, bro. Jeez, it looks not great, dude. Anyway.
Car of the year?
I don't know about that. In any way, shape, or form.
Oh.
Right? Nothing really huge. There's talks about Sony hiring a strategy director for the PC division, which means more Sony games are probably coming to PC a lot quicker, maybe, or they're gonna actually plan ahead for it. Oh, and also, Randall, for you, I don't know if it was the game director or someone who is working on Ragnarok is saying that it's still coming out this year. So your Christmas break is going to be filled with boy. So let's look.
Was it going to be delayed or something?
We were all speculating because it's Randall. It's almost we're almost in June and we haven't seen anything on the game. Right? So people were like, we're all speculating and rumor like, I don't think that's going to make the holiday. Right? Because usually by this time, the same year it's releasing, we should have seen a lot more, in my opinion. Unless you're like Fallout, unless you're Bethesda, who sometimes do the Fallout drop, but Sony always announces their shit a long time ago, shows a bunch of gameplay, and then they finally release it.
I'm glad they're not.
Yeah, I'm glad too. It's just that it's not a normal thing for them to do.
Yeah. Especially something crazy is gonna happen. Like, he crossed over into Norse mythology, Norse mythology. Crash Bandicoot's in this one.
What mythology is that?
Woastology.
Whoa. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good news. That it's still on track, but we'll see. Anyway, that's it. There's not much else. We'll just get through this and end it a little early. Games coming out this week. I didn't see anything anything on that list that tickled my fancy. Right? I don't know if you guys want to take a look at that, but
Let me look.
nothing that comes out by Friday, which is the 29th. So, Godspeed. Movies, same thing. I didn't see anything that's releasing this week that tickled my fancy, but you guys can check and,
Rogue Legacy 2 comes out this week, for real?
It should have been out. It's already out. Maybe on the console?
Early access.
No,
Isn't it early access now?
I thought they... Let me double check, but I thought they got out of it.
Hey, Randall, cough.
Nope,
midweek.
I'm so sorry.
Midweek sale. For Sekiro, you can get it for $30. Cough.
So, I'm sorry, I was mistaken. It's still in early access, so there you go. That is something that I do like. Rogue Legacy 2 comes out this week, I guess.
Yeah, 28th. I don't know anything else. A new version of Stanley Parable.
Another one?
No, like a... It's a Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Okay.
Thank you. That's all I see, though, that sounds familiar.
Okay. For music, we got Kalani dropping a new body of work, and so is Toro what is it, Brian? And Moi?
I think it's Moi, I think.
Oh, Moi. Okay. Toro and Moi. Kalani's project is Blue Water Road, and Toro and Moi is Mahal. or Mahal. I don't know if it's a whole thing there. And that's it, people. Unless you guys have anything else, Randall, what are you doing this week?
Absolutely nothing.
Nice. That's good. That's right. You're off now. You got a birthday week off.
Nice.
Brian, what are you doing this week?
So Tuesdays and Thursdays are still
Schoolwork.
productive days. Yeah. The thing is too that I need to actually finish final touches on the song for this month since this is the last week of the month. I
Yeah.
have a rough draft already done. I just need to tweak the mix, maybe add some effects. So one of these days I'm gonna have to sacrifice productive or school time for doing that.
I mean, you can just do it Wednesday, and I can figure out something to play.
I feel bad though.
Why we'll have another Wednesday?
No, this is the last.
This is
Wednesday.
the last Wednesday. Oh, my fault. I didn't know that. You can just do it on Wednesday. I'll figure it out. I'll do something else.
You should do something on Wednesday that's like easy to hop in, and then that way if I finish early and you're still streaming, I can play a bit.
Nice. All right, so Fortnite on Wednesday.
There you go. I guess since you twisted my arm.
There we go.
Thursday, still course stuff, and then Friday, more Melty Blood.
Nice.
I think it's this week. Since it's the end of the month, I think we're gonna just do a round robin and just rank everyone within the Discord that's been learning the game together. I don't know if everyone's gonna be available or if they would rather like push it back a week. It was just an idea thrown out that people were down with.
Record it.
I streamed all of it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like on your off time, like Saturday or
No,
something.
it's Friday, Melty.
Okay.
My Salt After Dark sessions.
Make sure to make overlays. Make sure to do all of it. Production. Get a caster. Right.
Damn, I want to do that, but I don't have time. Why didn't you say this like 2 weeks ago? Why do you look like a bitch?
I don't have anything safe for work to say in response.
Gotcha. And then my weekend, I don't have. Depends on what we're doing. If we're doing anything B-Day related, then that's my weekend. But if not, I was gonna do a watch party with a few friends for the Guilty Gear DLC. There's a new story being added. So I was gonna do like a watch party for that, and potentially maybe some Valorant. But if there's birthday thing, then I'll do that instead.
All right. I mean, we'll keep you posted on that. For myself, we have Tuesday. I don't even know why I put this part of the I might just cut this out of the podcast entirely, because by the time people listen to this, it's already over. So I don't know why I'm advertising what I'm doing. I should advertise that stuff after we end the recording.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, yeah, so end it and then be like, oh, that was the stream. What are we doing? And
then what are we doing this week? Yeah. Oh, this will be the last time I do it then. Tuesdays, backlog.
I'd say like that. That made me sad.
I mean,
we already have the last Wednesday coming this week, you know.
That's true.
Yeah. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm a Peaky Blinder.
I'm fucking Shelby.
Yeah, Tunic. Sorry, that's what it is. I'm like, what's tomorrow? Tunic. I'm having a great time with it. So I mean, I'm not reviewing it, but when it comes to review time, it's gonna be a positive one.
What's your review?
I don't know how far away I am because it's a Souls-like game, so I don't know what I'm doing. Right, I'm just exploring, killing bosses, exploring. Right, like I don't know what is the end game yet. I got 2 of the keys. I just need one. I think one last key to open up the final like door dungeon or some shit. So I gotta find out where a specific part of the map is. I think it's called the quarry. Once I find that, I think that's where like the boss who holds the last key is at. And then whether or not I'll beat it on stream or like tomorrow is, if I find them fast enough, maybe. But if I find them like 20 minutes till the end of the stream, I probably won't beat them because all the bosses have taken me quite some time. That's that. Wednesday, play some Fortnite, no build, for a bit, and then if Brian joins, he joins. If not, it's cool. Thursday, more Skywalker Saga. We're going through the episodes. I think we finished episode 2. But if not, we'll probably finish episode 2 and then start episode 3 of Star Wars Skywalker Saga.
Is it every Star Wars movie?
So, all the Skywalker ones. So, episodes 1 through 9.
Oh, none of the side movies.
No, but I think you can play as them. Like you know how they have Lego characters. I think they're in it, but I'm not entirely sure.
DLC.
I hope so. Like if they add, but it's because the name of the game is Skywalker Saga, so I'm like, does that include Rogue One? Right? Because he's nowhere in that. No Skywalker's in there.
That's not true.
Am I wrong on that? Who's in it?
Remember that scene where the lights are red and then someone appears in the ship?
Oh my God, you're right. So technically they can make it. I would hope so, because I would like to play through it. Rogue One is awesome. But yeah, we'll be doing Skywalker Saga, and then that's it for the week. And yeah, this will be the last what we're doing this week, because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Peace.
Rest in peace, bro. I guess we'll just turn it to plugs, not schedule for the week, because by the time people listen to this on Friday, we've already done all this, so they can't be like, oh, I'm going to tune in, right?
Well, they can guess, and then when they go to this part on Friday, like, I knew he was going to do that.
Oh, okay. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching, listening, both, neither. Just leaving a like, commenting, both, again. Just do all of it, all of the above. That's it. Short and sweet this week. We'll come back next week with some heavy hitting reviews of something. We don't know what it is, but we'll come back with some fire. We come back as like less things.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
We all saw a commercial.
Yeah. Yo, y'all see that fucking Orbit commercial?
So what you doing this week?
Yeah. That's it. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.